everybody, today I'm going to be showing y'all how I did this easy art journal page using magazine clips, paint, and a marker. The first thing I do when I'm starting a journal page is that I go through my stash of magazine clips and I look for things that are going to jump out at me and spark my interest. Now this image down in the lower left corner there with the woman holding the umbrella and the suit of armor, that's what got me to want to do a journal page. It just spoke to me and I thought, oh, that's so neat. Maybe I can make something kind of fantasy. And I honestly think this was a like cold medicine ad or something, because it was like, we got your defense. And then I found the one with the girl with the long brown hair. I think that's a perfume ad holding that green heart, and it kind of looked kind of fantasy like. And I found the other two images in a fashion magazine, and I thought, let's see what we can make out of these. Usually what I do, I just go through, see what speaks to me, and then I kind of just play around until I see what story they're wanting to tell. And here I'm just cutting them in a way that so they'll all fit together and kind of flow on the page there without covering up anything that I want to cover up. And then I'm just looking at some more that I pulled out. I pulled out some cool tone looking things that were kind of, that's read to me as sci-fi fantasy type, and just to see what I can make out of it. Another thing I like to do, if I cut off parts of one image like I did with that one with those blue neon lights, I love to try to put them in other parts of the page to kind of pull them around. So now that I kind of got an idea, we're going to glue the full out of everything. I think I'm using just a regular Scotch glue stick. I use whatever kind. I don't much care for the Dollar Tree kind. And one kind I got from the grocery store was just terrible. But you know what? If I got it, I'm going to use it because I eat through the glue sticks. And I like to use glue sticks because, especially with the thinner magazine pages, it doesn't seem to crinkle it near as bad. When I first started, I used to use this Puzzle Saver stuff like years ago, and it was horrible. And you just see me right there. I'm gluing them in whatever way that will work for me. Let's see. And hoping that it all sticks, right? Alrighty. At this point, I still don't know what kind of story these ladies are telling me, but it's starting to come together, especially when I found that guy walking at the bottom. He kind of adds a whole element to it. Now I'm just cutting off all the overhang there so I can see what I truly got, and I can really see the proportions and flow of the page. And just to note, if you see the lighting changing throughout this, I did get a new lighting setup, and I was playing around with it and trying to learn. So if you see it get bright to dark and all that, just go with it. So now that I got the magazines down the magazine clips down where I'm going to go in with some paint. I'm using the black Dilutions paint, a white apple barrel paint, some Finnabar metallics, sparks, and opal magics, and then some awesome metallic markers that I got from Joe Fay. And first here, I'm just taking some black paint and the white paint, and I'm just really kind of swirling it with my finger a little bit, not really mixing it up, and then just going around the page here to cover up some of that background to really give a good starting point for those metallic paints I'm going to bring in. And one goal of mine, I'm trying to get more comfortable with mixing other medias with magazine collage, because I love doing magazine collage, and I could just do straight up collage all day long. I honestly just love it. It's my favorite one to do, but we're trying to expand the horizon, y'all. And I'm just using my finger. I'm just smearing it around in there as best I can. I'm a lot more precise with my finger than I am with a brush. So I'm just going around there and putting it on the borders. And thank goodness this paint dries so fast. I love the Dilutions paint for art journaling. And now I am going in with 2 smaller brushes and just adding some details in here. Still not quite sure what this is going to turn into, but I know I wanted to turn her umbrella into some type of sword there because it just looks cool. Now here's where the concepts start coming together, because I had an idea of giving her like a fire crown, and my finger slipped and it kind of smeared the paint across her forehead there. And I got to looking at it and I was like, man, this looks freaking cool. It looks like there's some type of fire energy emanating out from her. So then I just started putting it on with a brush and kind of fanning it out with my fingers there to make it look like it's, you know, emanating off of her. And oh my gosh, I've had these paints, I got them back on a Black Friday sale, and I haven't really got to play around with them, and it is just gorgeous. It just jumps off the page, and it just makes her look like some type of, I don't know, fire energy goddess. So then I decided, okay, she's going to be fire, so we're going to make this girl over here water. So I turned her sword into a trident, and I went in with some more of the Finnabar paint, and I had this really pretty blue, so she is now water. It's so neat. That was just such a happy accident. I really meant to give her this, you know, fire crown, and well, I ended up with a just like fire goddess there. Very cool. Now this paint I'm using around this girl in the silver dress there, it is just gorgeous. This is one of their Opal Magics from Finnabar. Oh my gosh, I've never seen a paint like this. It almost looks alive on the page. It's like pink and gold. I can't remember the exact shade I used, but you turn it one way, it's this fiery gold. You turn it another way, it's this rosy color, and it seriously looks, well, it says Opal Magic. It does look like magic. It works so well on this page for me. I could just stare at that paint all day. And now I'm just going around and smushing paint around and trying to figure out kind of how I want it to look. I don't ever plan my journal pages. You all, I can't even talk. I'm staring at this paint. But I don't ever plan them. I just pick some clips out that interest me, and then I try to see what kind of story I can tell from them and how I can get those clips to fit together and make sense in a way. And this is just so neat because it appeals to my little 90s dorky kid side so much, and these fierce ladies. And it, you know, I always joke when I do my art journal pages that I almost try to make them all be movie posters or book covers or something that looks like it's this snapshot or this sensationalized snapshot into these people's stories or something. I don't know, it sounds kind of crackpotty, but it works in my head. But I'm just going around and playing around with it. I add a different shade of that Opal Magic to the trident there to make it pop. And now I just went through and looked for some words that I could use that I thought would go with this page. Adding to that whole, like, what's their story? I'm still not entirely sure what their story is, though. I know maybe they're magic and these are their elemental powers. Maybe they're just, you know, a group of girls hanging out playing D&D on Saturday night. And then what about this guy in the foreground in the bottom there? Like, are they going to save him? Is he important to them? Is he maybe their handler? Or maybe he's just there as a showing that maybe they watch over people. I'm not sure yet, but these are a group of fierce ladies, whatever their story may be. I really love it. And this is the finished page right here. I'm going to give y'all a closer look here. Really simple page to do. It was so fun. Magazine clips, pushing around some paint with my fingers, minimal brush strokes, you know, some glue. It's totally fun. I love the story these girls let me tell here. I thought it was just so fun. And just finding these clips and having them fit together and everything. It's one of my favorite parts of this, and it got so much stress out of me, and it was just so fun. It's like writing a story but then not having to take the time to write and just get in there and get messy with your hands and just have fun. So I'm not sure, like I said, exactly what story these ladies are telling, but I know if it was a book or a movie, I would totally want to watch it. So again, thank y'all so much for watching this art journal video with me. A quick question for y'all. Do y'all prefer voiceovers like this, or would you like it if I just put music in and maybe put captions on what I was doing? If you have a preference, please let me know down below. I've just started up this second art channel of mine, so I'm open to any suggestions there. And I do voiceovers. I wish I could be one of these cool people that just talk through it as they were journaling. But like I said, I don't ever plan my journal pages out. I just kind of see where the page takes me, and it's almost like a therapeutic process for me. And I'm usually watching some TV program or something, or blasting music while I'm journaling. This time I was watching Prison Break, starting to get into that. But thank y'all so much. I had so much fun doing this page. This is the first time I've been able to art journal in months. I think this is probably the first page I've done in 2018. It felt so good. Many more to come. I hope y'all are getting into some fun, arty, crafty things, and I'm going to get to getting y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.